Hello, this is Corey with Frosty Fly here. I'm just continuing on the QEE series, Quick, Easy, and Effective. These are all flies that can be tied very quickly, are very effective for fishing, and you can fill a box very quick. So today we're doing the Cove's pheasant tail. I first seen this pattern in the book Tactical Fly Fishing by Jeremy Lucas. Great book, has a lot of information on different patterns, competitive fly fishing around the world, setups. So, in the section about fly tying, he goes into a bit of information on a pattern called the Cove style pheasant tail nymph, created by Arthur Cove. He was famous for a bunch of different variations on the pattern. This one's easy to tie. So we're going to start off with a size 10 barbless scud or grub hook. And here I've got A-dot thread in fluorescent orange. So we're going to start at the eye of the hook. And then start wraps. Doesn't need to be touching turns, but just down into the bend of the hook. So we're going to cut that. Next we're going to take some red copper wire in size small. We're going to bring our thread back to the eye of the hook and then tie that in along the side and bring it back to the bend of the hook where we stopped off last time. Just make sure it's secure. So then we're going to need some pheasant tail. So we're going to strip off there's maybe 10 or so fibers here. Now, in the book, they show it without a tail. I tie it in with a tail, so estimate roughly how long you want the tail to be. Give it 2 or 3 wraps. Bring the thread out of the way and up to the front. So then we're going to wrap the pheasant tail here. Just to the front, stop about maybe a quarter of the way behind the eye of the hook. And then we're going to rib the body with the copper wire. Bring your wing case back. So here I'm using Hare's Dubbing Plus, Hemingway's product in brown. Get a pinch of that and lightly dub the thread. And then use that to wrap in a thorax. Bring it to the eye, and then flip over the wing case. Give it a couple wraps to secure it, make sure everything's centered. Trim off and whip finish. I use the red thread just for a little hot spot in the front. Then we come in with our dubbing brush and dub out at Hare's Ear Plus. You can trim off the fibers. If you find them too long, I usually just leave them. But here you have a Cove style pheasant tail. As I said, the actual pattern, if I can get it to focus here, the actual pattern in the book doesn't use a tail, but I figure for the amount of energy it takes to tie it in, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But this is a great pattern for still waters, for rivers. It imitates a lot of different insect life. In the still water, chironomids, pupa. You can tie it different sizes, different colors, different color copper wire, different colored pheasant tail, different colored dubbings for the thorax. You can fill a box really quick. You can tie them, as small as you physically can tie them if you lighten up on the thread and use less materials, or you can tie them as big as you want. But it's a very effective pattern. I've been using it now for a couple years for both still water and on the river, and they're really effective and easy to tie. I always fill the box with them. So I hope you've enjoyed this pattern today. Tie a few up, get them in the box, and get ready for spring. Tight lines.